The Ravens are the biggest winners in the AFC North this offseason.
This is a team that consistently is going to be in position to contend because of how talented they are. The reality of it is those guys can play.
In the AFC, should watch out for the Baltimore Ravens this season.
Players in the NFL, certainly one of the best players at quarterback. They got a guy at tailback in J.K. Dobbins, who I think could be an all-pro. They got one of the best tight ends in football, a plethora of perimeter weapons, some health on the offensive line, a very good defensive line, one of the better young linebackers in the NFL, and a top 5 secondary. And no one talks about it.
Yo, what it is? Welcome back to the post-game recap of At the Bank, a Baltimore Ravens podcast. Yo, you see the flock got their first dub already. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you start the season off. You know what I mean? You got to end with a great win. You know, it wasn't the best win, but, you know what I mean, it was good enough to get that first victory. But before I get to the recap real quick, man, I would like to give a birthday shout out to my beautiful daughter, man. Amora, happy 15th birthday, baby. Today was a great day. I'm glad you enjoyed your day. I'm glad you was able to celebrate the day the way that you really wanted to. And I'm glad now it's over with. But man, let's talk about this recap against the Houston Texans, man. First of all, man, big shout out to the defense, man. The defense went out there and pitched pretty much a shutout, man. You know what I mean? Did not allow no touchdowns. That's the way the defense is supposed to start, man. We wound up winning the game today 25-9. You know what I mean? Didn't allow no touchdowns. None at all. That's how you start the season, man. But let me tell you one thing, man, about starting the season, man. Some things you can just tell how rusty, how not playing in the preseason, all that played into the fact that game one, man, because today, man, the Ravens started off slow, sluggish, and just terrible. You know what I mean? First of all, the Ravens committed 9 penalties for 82 yards in the first half. 9 penalties for 82 yards. That's not how you're supposed to start the season off like that. No way. You're supposed to be, I understand, like some false starts, yes. Some calls you're supposed to have, yes, I totally get it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, man, it was uncalled for, and it was just making me upset. I was all on Twitter talking about I can't believe this and all that. But Ravens wind up getting a victory, man. But remember the key facts I was talking about Saturday for the offense, man. The first thing we wanted to see is how would Lamar look? You know what I mean? And Lamar didn't really look all that hot in the beginning, man, because Lamar's stats, let me pull it up real quick. Lamar was 17 for 22, 169 yards. He was averaging 7.7 yards a play. He got sacked 14 times, and his QBR was 79.5. Wasn't all that great. You know, the offensive line, especially on that left side, that left guard, man, that you can tell that he's the rookie. That guy Simpson, man, he would look like that. He was a flat-out rookie. He was getting beat. Feet was getting tangled up and everything. So I know that the offensive line also wasn't giving Lamar enough time to actually go read through his progressions and anything in that nature. So I know that that's one thing that we're going to have to work on throughout the rest of the season is to make sure that offensive line is able to protect Lamar, man. The second thing I wanted to know was how balanced was this offense? Now, as we clearly, I just said Lamar had threw for 22 times. And the whole Ravens offense had carried the ball 32 times. 6 was Lamar, had 38 yards. 8 was Gus Edwards, had 32 yards. J.K. Dobbins, which I'm so heartbroken about J.K., man. J.K. Dobbins had 8 carries, 22 yards with a touchdown. Justice Hill had 8 carries, 9 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. Man, J.K. Dobbins went down, and it looked like he's going to be out for the rest of the season again, man. And it sucks. I was really rooting for the guy. I actually thought that J.K. Dobbins was going to have a bang-out season. Remember, I said that J.K. Dobbins was going to be a 1,000-yard back. Now, we won't even be able to tell. He was fighting for his contract. Now he's out with it. They diagnosed him with a torn Achilles, and he just had an ACL injury, and now he's dealing with a torn Achilles. It's not really looking good for my guy. I really don't know where this put him at now. You know what I mean? Because do we try to still negotiate a contract because of what he can be, or now is he just out now? So things will tell as the season go along. Hopefully, by my next episode this Saturday at 10 a.m., I have a different story. Hopefully, it'll be some better news. But for right now, they saying it pretty much is a torn Achilles. Also, we had another big injury that went down on the defensive side. I'm gonna get to that also. So it just really wasn't too good, man, on that offensive side, man. Another key I had brought out was how can the O-line protect Lamar? As I already alluded to, man, Lamar had got sacked 4 times. Offensive line really didn't give Lamar that much of a time. But, I understand, sit back, calm down, take a breather. It's only week 1. You know what I mean? We already knew what was going to happen coming to a new offense, a new offensive coordinator, and things with the new weapons, things was going to kind of take some time. So the Flockers, take your time, man. Just be patient. It wasn't going to pop, just the way we thought we wanted to be. You know what I mean? So it's just let's be patient. Let's see how things progress throughout the weeks. By week 6, week 7, man, I'm praying that things will look a little bit different and go better. But yeah, so that was the offensive takes, man. On my defensive side, man, we wanted to know how would the corners hold up. I think the corners hold up well. They didn't allow no touchdowns. Wasn't that many big plays going, too much. And totally CJ Stroud he threw for 242 yards. He threw 44 times, though he was averaging 5.5 yards attack, and his QBR was 78%. Not bad. First of all, he outthrew Lamar. Lamar only had 160-something yards. He had 242. So the cornerbacks they bend, but they didn't break. So that's a good sign. You know what I mean? And we got some couple bangers. Marcus Williams went down. I'm hearing that he potentially had a torn pec. It's not the way we want to start the season, man. Ronnie Stanley also went down. I meant to say this before I switched over to the defense. Also went down, but they saying not bad. He got a little bit of rolled up. Tyler Linderbaugh went down also. He's another lineman. They got rolled up and went down. So it was just like the injury bug is still biting us. But hopefully, it don't bite us too bad, man, because I don't know what we're going to do as far as this running back situation. Key number 2 for the defense, man, was can they get to the quarterback? And yes, they was able to get to CJ Stroud 5 times. He got sacked 5 times, lost 46 yards in those sacks. David Ojabo, Jadeveon Clowney, Owe, PQ, Roquan Smith, they all look good rushing that quarterback. They was able to get home and able to put some pressure onto the quarterback, made the offensive line look a little suspect a little bit. So that was the bright side of the defense. They was able to get to some quarterback pressure. That's all we needed. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, it wound up leading to 5 sacks. And it led to David Ojabo first sack of the season, first strip sack of the season. So Jadeveon Clowney missed about 2 sacks today. That's something that he has to work on. He has to wrap when he gets the quarterback in his arms and his hands. He got to take him down. He just can't just sling him around and let him go. It's not how things work, man. Justin Nevada BK, man, you look good. That defensive line, they look very good. Michael Pierce looked good. That defensive line looked like it's able to put some pressure up on that line without Calais Campbell and Justin Houston, who we lost last year. So far, so good. Like I said, it's just the Houston Texans. I totally get it. So, and then it was like, can the defense get off the field? The defense they did okay. They did okay. At times, they stayed on the field way too long than they was attended to and what they were supposed to. Couple stats real quick. The Ravens gave up 72 total plays, 268 total yards. That's not going to be able to do it. Third down efficiency for the Houston Texans, they were 7 for 18. Touch and go, but you still will want less than 7. You will at least want that 4 from 18, 5 from 18, 7 from 18. You kind of doing okay. It was at times where the Ravens did give up a first down. It was like, yo, what are we doing? Why are we playing so soft? You gotta make CJ Stroud move, get out that pocket, get uncomfortable, because at times CJ Stroud did look comfortable in the pocket and he was able to show some strikes. So, as far as that, the defensive line, man, I felt like they did good, and the way can the defense get off the field, I think they did a decent job. Could have been a little bit better, yes, but as of right now, man, for this game, I would give the Ravens a C+. It was sometimes the play clock got down too far. It was at times that you can see that some of the plays was miscommunicated, wasn't fully in. Lamar had threw an interception. He also fumbled the ball, being careless, dancing with the ball with the one hand. It was just a little bit too sloppy, and you can just see that not playing in the preseason kind of hurt the Ravens. So hopefully things can get better, because everything else around the AFC North, especially Cleveland Browns, showed up. Pittsburgh Steelers got spanked today. The Cincinnati Bengals got spanked today. So right now, we're looking good in the division. We're looking good, looking real good, sitting on top, tied with Cleveland 1-0. Can't wait to see what we do next week against Cincinnati. Cincinnati look like they didn't show up, but I'm pretty sure that Cincinnati will try to show up. Now, again, they don't want to go 0-2 in the AFC North. So I'm looking at the Ravens most definitely throughout this week, throughout these practices, get healthy. Hopefully Tyler Linderbaum can actually play next week. Hopefully Ronnie Stanley can play next week. Hopefully it'll be some better news for J.K. Dobbins and Marcus Williams. It's just like, golly, can we win, man, as far as this injury bug, man. But like I said, it was a good game. The Ravens bend and didn't break, especially that defense. The defense really showed out and really was able to keep the game in front of them, keep the wide receivers in front of them. Like I said, they didn't give up no touchdowns today. So that's a plus when it comes down to the Ravens. And the edge rush and getting pressure to the quarterback, that's another plus. That's how the Ravens is most definitely can stay in the game, as long as we have pressure on the quarterback and as long as our cornerbacks don't give up no touchdowns. That's it. And we got to overcome this health injury, man, this health bug. This injury bug is really killing us. Hopefully, like I said, Marcus Williams and old J.K. Dobbins won't have no serious injury. All right. Before I wrap this post game up real quick, got some comments. Let's get to some comments. What's going on with Rock Yak Shin, man? I don't know what's going on with him. He was cleared from the injury report. I don't know why we didn't see him today. I'm really hoping that Rock Yak Shin get himself together. But shout out to Ronald Darby. Ronald Darby looked good today, coming back off that ACL injury. Coming in, playing his first game in a couple of months. So shout out to Ronald Darby. Shout out to Brandon Stevenson for putting on big hits and was able to get some pass deflections. So I understand we depleted, but we did not give up at all. Another comment from my guy from Newark. Defense did look great out there. Yes, defense really saved us, because the way how the offense has started real slow, man, the defense really stepped up and saved us. So I'm happy about that. Mike McDonald came up with a great game plan against CJ Stroud. So now hopefully he can have this momentum carried over to the Cincinnati, because we're going to be up in Cincinnati next week. So tune in next week, Saturday, 10 a.m. as I talk about, get y'all ready for the Cincinnati versus Baltimore game. We'll give y'all my key takes of what I think the Ravens should do and what to look for on both sides of the ball. And hopefully Joe Burrow don't show up on that game either. So I appreciate for everybody who tuned in. I appreciate the Grid Network for giving me this time, for actually giving me to do this post-game show. As always, man, check us out on the Grid Network. We got great shows, great content creators, everything. Commanders on Demand just had their little post-game wrap-up not too long ago. So if you're a Commanders fan or you know a Commanders fan, tell them check out Commanders on Demand on the Grid. But for all the rest of the podcasters, as always, check out Carving It Up with Bryson. Check out All Even Podcast. Check out the Former Lakers Podcast. Check out Outside the Cages. We just seen Izzy just lost his championship belt last night. So I can't wait for the tune in for my guys Outside the Cage to talk about that, man. That's a big story right there. But make sure if y'all in an MMA, check out Outside the Cage. Make sure y'all check out MTMO Sports, My Thoughts, My Opinion Sports Podcast. My 114th thought will be out this Thursday, so be tuned in, be ready, coming live to you. You feel me? So, as always, big trust. Why trust anything else? You feel me? Appreciate y'all. I'm out.